What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What up?
What up, Rob?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, B?
Not much, man. Just been chilling. You know, we're back for episode 2.
Episode 2, and we have now decided to call it Drum Roll.
Mixing it up with Southbound Records.
All right.
There it is, folks.
That's it. So,
Official.
Going to give you a quick update before we get into our topic today.
Word.
We had our first session in the studio yesterday. It was a tame session, you know, just guitar and vocals, but man, it sounded good.
Yeah.
And Parker, the guitarist here in Nashville, man, kid's 24 years old. You know, he's doing sessions. He's touring the U.S. with country artists. Great kid. I'm gonna have him back. But yeah, and Heather Holland, dope singer and songwriter.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So that it was a successful first session, and looking forward to really, man, just getting my cables organized before the next one.
Well, you played me the mix this morning, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be something that's going that project's going to really come together and be cool. So I'm looking forward to working on that with you.
Yeah, for sure. So
we've also been working on our stuff. So
that's good. You know, don't like to talk about our stuff too much because nobody really cares, but
we do.
We love it. So we're gonna be dropping a new single here probably in the next week or two.
Yep.
It's called The Ville, and it's a great song to just kick off the record label.
I think so.
Kind of tell everybody where we're from. We kind of highlight some spots. So if you are local to Nashville, and we call you out and tag us back.
Yeah, that's right. Give us some love. We're gonna give you some love.
Yeah. So B, tell us your idea for the episode today.
So, you know, we were talking and I was like, man, we don't need to just get on here and ramble and say a bunch of stuff and talk about us. We got a lot of knowledge. We've been around the block a little bit, and I thought it'd be cool to just kind of.
That's code for we're old as fuck.
Yeah, no doubt. But I thought it would be cool to just kind of come up with some random topics. You see people giving out their top 5s, top 10s, greatest this, greatest that, and I was like, why don't we start off with right off the bat with doing our top artists of all time, and you've thrown it out whether we can do it by decade or all time. We'll see where it goes. But
man, it's gonna be tough because I'm gonna go off the rip here.
Yeah.
I have not prepared much, so we're just gonna go off the rip and see what comes out. And a lot of y'all are gonna get pissed off because we didn't name your artist. We didn't name the obvious one.
Yeah.
But this is just personal to us. You know, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, early 90s, you'll probably, you know, kind of understand where we're coming from.
Yep.
If not, check out some of the artists that we do mention and check their catalog out. And
I will say this, you will be shocked, most likely, that we won't probably have the same 5 any category, but we might. You never know.
You never know.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know. Okay.
I say I'm gonna do it. I say we do it from 5 to 1.
Okay, sounds good.
And then if we want to go, if we got enough time, we'll rattle off decade by decade.
Okay. Oh damn, I'm starting off hard. See, it's easier decade by decade.
Well, whatever you want to do.
You
want to start with 80s?
Bro, I'll roll with you. You start. You go. However you want to do it.
Well, all right. Let's just go all-time top 5.
All right, all-time.
You can handle that, right? So my top coming in at number 5, a guy I really enjoy. He was part of a famous group, one of the original Ghetto Boys, Scarface. My number 5.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
I like me some Scarface now.
Bringing out some Houston.
Heck yeah.
In the top 5.
Yep.
All right. So what about Scarface? Put him in
Man,
the top 5.
I really liked the Ghetto Boys. I listened to him a lot when I was young, but when he went out on his own, I just thought that music. I mean, not that he's any better than Willie D, Bushwick Bill, any of those guys, but I just really that's kind of gravitated to that slow, chopped down, screwed up, you know, just really low vibe beats were banging. So I mean, it was just really something that I listened to. Plus, I was in the car stereos and stuff like that, and heavy beats and bass and all that, and I really gravitated towards that.
Okay. Man, this is tough. So we're going backwards. Number 5. Okay, off the rip, number 5. I want to make sure I don't say somebody that should be higher up on the list. Yeah. But I'm gonna see. Number 5, I'm gonna go with they're probably number 3 or 4. Shit, number 5. You know,
So much
number
knowledge,
5.
folks.
I will go with Beasties for number 5.
Okay, we're going groups. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got
okay, and if you drilled down,
Yeah.
I'll have to say MCA.
Yeah.
MCA number 5 from the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Man, number 1, he put that group together.
Sure. Well, Beasties is fantastic.
Oh yeah, and bro, this was before internet, before you could just pick up your phone and figure shit out.
Yep.
I mean, this dude, he's the one that did the tape loop on the reel-to-reel, running the tape over chairs and shit so that they could get that Led Zeppelin When the Levee Breaks beat to loop.
Sure.
And he's the one that found a freaking army helmet with a microphone on it, and they used that for distorted vocals on like Check Your Head and Ill Communicate. I mean, the guy was
brilliant.
Oh yeah, brilliant. And when you see him on stage, he has got this cool swagger about him. Like when you look at Mike D and Ad Rock, they're more like in your like Ad Rock. You know, he'd scream his vocals, and he's kind of a hype guy. You know, Mike D's kind of in the middle. He's kind of goofy. You know, he's funny. MCA was just fucking cool.
We always talked about his like just swagger, his attitude when he's rapping. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like nothing. He's hardly moving. He's kind of just rolling with it.
Now, when I was a kid, when I first heard the Beasties in the 80s,
Yeah.
Mike D was my guy. I loved the sound of his voice. So that will be my number 5.
Yeah. All right. Respect. I got to give respect. I don't have Beastie Boys in my top 5, so if that gives you any. I got them as an honorable mention because I wasn't sure if we were going groups, but.
Yeah, it could be a group, and if it is a group, we'll drill down to an artist.
I got you. Number 4, another guy was part of a famous hip-hop group, NWA. I'm going with Ice Cube.
All right.
Ice Cube. I think he lyrically is, I mean, he might have been the success behind NWA. Don't quote me on that, but he wrote a lot of their music, but when he branched off.
Great storyteller.
Yeah, when he branched off with America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate and all those, man, I bang those.
Bro, everybody talks about this Kendrick Drake beef.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. I love the song.
Right.
I love the song. That shit ain't nothing compared to No Vaseline.
No, it's still by far the greatest
diss track ever.
I mean,
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody holds a candle to it.
Yeah.
I'll fight you on that.
I mean, props to Kendrick. And, you know, no disrespect.
Oh yeah.
It's just more subtle than No Vaseline.
Right. No Vaseline was like, you know what he was saying in Kendrick's song. I mean,
the A minor, the A
That's
minor.
good. That's good.
I mean, come on, that's dope.
That's dope. Yep.
But man, you know, when you say, you know, your shit tasting or smelling like Eazy's dick, you know.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah.
All right, so that's number 4 for me.
All right. Number 4 for me. All right. I know my number 2. I know my number 1. I know my number 3. 4 is where it gets tricky. And you know, our age is showing what we're gravitating around.
Sure.
There are a lot of great artists in the 2000s, but we're probably gonna. I mean,
but this is our top 5.
But you know, I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go current.
All right,
I'm gonna go current. Number 4.
I think I know where you're going.
My number 4, Killer Mike, Run the Jewels.
Yep, that's a good one.
That's my number 4. And bro, I just remember I'd kind of gotten out of listening to current hip hop for a long while.
Yeah.
I was listening. I found People Under the Stairs, and you know they didn't get the notoriety that Run the Jewels has.
Right.
They were more underground. I mean, not that they're not well known, but it's not something you'd hear on the radio. But when I heard Run the Jewels for the first time, I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, good stuff.
And they created a specific sound for them. Like it's very difficult these days to come up with, you know, back in the days in 80s and 90s, every fucking group that came out was a new sound.
Right.
Every group was a new sound.
Yeah.
You know, today it's kind of like just a variation of, you know, this single categorical sound that we get in hip hop. Not all the time, but for at least from me going through hundreds and hundreds of songs
Right.
for the record label, I got ear fatigue because everything was kind of sounding the same.
Sure.
So when I heard Run the Jewels, man, the flow, the beat, the production, and I have to give props out to LP.
LP,
because the tracks are just dope.
Yeah.
And his no, nothing to take away from LP. I mean, he is dope. But my favorite of the two, if I have to pick a favorite, is Killer Mike.
Yeah, Killer Mike's dope, no doubt.
So that's my number 4.
Solid, man. I mean, your list is solid. Rolling right along, we're going to start getting pretty obvious for me.
Yeah, me too.
So number 3, I mean, honest and truly, I think I could flip these next 3. They could be in any order, but I'm going with Tupac. Still one of my favorite rappers of all time. I listened to him when he was back with Digital Underground, and people didn't know who Tupac was, and he just featured on a couple of songs, and then just kind of gravitated towards him, and then everything he's done I just thought was great. I thought his lyrics were dope. I just it sucks that his life didn't get to continue on, and we get to see his full potential. But damn, dude, I don't know if I could have a list without him on there.
Man, I've been sucked into this TikTok vacuum talking about Diddy, the Diddy trial.
Yeah, I don't even pay no attention.
And there, you don't know what's fact and what's hearsay, but they're talking about how he had put $1 million hit on Tupac.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That just popped in my head. I was like, man, I wonder if any of that's going to come to light.
Man, there's so much behind this. I mean, that could be a whole nother episode. There's so many things behind that story about how Diddy was involved and what he wasn't, and whether it's true or not, man, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got one of the two, Tupac and Biggie. I'm glad we got one of the two in there because Biggie's not on my list.
Yeah.
How
do you know Biggie's on my list?
Well, it could be. If you go Tupac and Biggie, I've lost a little respect for you. You can't get both. Are you going both?
We'll see.
Oh, damn. All right, sorry, folks. I think I've ruined a little bit of the anticipation.
They don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. I know what your number 1 is now. Okay. I should have known that because you said it in one of our songs. Okay. Number 3 for me. I'm gonna go Tribe Called Quest,
Bangers.
and specifically Q-Tip.
Bangers.
Man, Q-Tip. I put him up there production value.
Yeah.
Jay Dilla, Pete Rock.
Yep.
He's up like I wouldn't even be able to decide of those 3 who was the best producer.
Mm-hmm.
But the best all around producer, rapper, lyricist, Q-Tip.
Yeah.
All around. Jay Dilla, dope producer, dope beat maker. Pete Rock, dope beat maker. Okay lyricist. Q-Tip, and he's a whole package.
Yeah.
And
I think we both have much respect for the Tribe.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we made a song about it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't, check it out. Tribute to the Tribe on Break 2's second album, The Breakthrough. Check it out. So that's my number 3. It didn't take long for me to come up with that one.
No, I wouldn't be shocked if they weren't on your list. I'd be shocked. So much love to the Tribe. They weren't on my list either, but they're also honorable mentions with Beastie Boys because I was unsure if we were going group, but I would definitely have them in there. Top 10 for sure. Number 2 for me, baby, Big Papa, B.I.G.
Oh, you threw me a curve. Did you change that up?
Nope.
That was always number 2?
Always number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Respect. We got Tupac and bro, I agree with you on your sequence. Like if I were to pick one or the other, and they're both brilliant, I would pick Biggie first. And that's just a personal choice. And I think everybody, it's just a personal, it's not an East Coast, West Coast thing.
No.
It's just a personal choice.
And I never looked at it that way. I listen to the music for the music. And Biggie is similar to what I said about Scarface. It's like his lyrics were smooth, his beats were on point, his rhyming patterns and the way he did things was more laid back. That's just my style.
Yeah.
And the way he developed and the way he, delivered his lyrics and his rhymes.
His cadence.
I mean, some of the storytelling that he could do. I mean, you could just go on and on about how good he was. And again, and sad to see him go too early, but he is definitely top 2 for me.
All right. I'm sorry. You
still got no respect for me?
No. I take it back.
Yeah.
I take it back. I
feel
mean, we'll probably get death threats if we didn't put both of those guys on here.
Well, I doubt it.
I'm glad you did.
They'd probably be surprised if we didn't.
All right, so my number 2. Is that right? I'm on
Yeah,
number 2?
You're number 2.
Number 2, drum roll.
Brrr.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. The great Public Enemy, Chuck D.
Flavor Flav.
Man, there were 2 groups that influenced me the most growing up in hip hop. Learning how to scratch. I listened to a lot of Terminator X.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to transform scratch. And sorry for I'm getting over a cold. And then, man, the messaging, the lyrics, Chuck D, he just dropped an album Friday. There's a new album.
I know. I haven't listened to it, but
and I listened to it, and I posted about it on our Southbound Facebook.
Yep.
And what I said was, this new record kind of reminds me of how I felt about Fear of a Black Planet when it came out, because I didn't understand it. Like, you came from It Takes a Nation of Millions to Fear of a Black Planet, and man, I mean, the sonic, sonically it changed, and it got even a little bit more distorted and a little bit more,
Yeah.
I mean, and it took me about a year, man, but God, that album's dope.
Yep.
And it just a super influence on me. It influenced me and Raymond when we had our record deal. Like,
Right.
that we were political. We were a political group, and of course, Public Enemy is the quintessential political group.
Right.
So, yeah, Chuck D, Public Enemy, number 2 for Rob.
I definitely see that your influence is heavily East Coast, but Public Enemy has a very strong hold on what you kind of developed your style as, and I look. I mean, that's no shocker to me. So I mean, I 100%. And
Yeah.
I love Public Enemy as well. Number 1.
All right, here we go. Number 1.
Number 1 for me should be no shock to anybody. He's probably a lot of people's number 1, but for me, probably the most influential person for me growing up, listening to, gravitating towards, is none other than Slim Shady, Eminem.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
I don't have any, I mean, hey, he's been great. Recovery's probably my favorite album of all time of his, because I thought after all the things he'd been through, he bounced back with just a banger from start to finish. I really think that album kind of, locked in what all he'd done in previous albums. I mean, he has great ones. The Eminem Show, all those, they're fantastic. Marshall Mathers, but and I mean, he just to me, he just continues to be great.
You can't argue. I mean, your top 3, your top 3 are kind of inarguable, that they need to be considered on the top 3.
Yeah, I mean,
mine are a little more like, maybe, but yours are like slam dunks, like Biggie, Tupac, Eminem.
Yeah, for some people. I mean, some people, they don't. I mean, the people that do these lists have people all over the place. There's people that don't give him enough of respect, and they put him way back behind. I mean, there's guys that people will be like, "Where's Jay-Z? Where's this? Where's that?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like, hey, we know what's coming, but
bring it on, people.
This is my list of what I like, and it's our top 5, and there's only so many.
We're talking about 5. We're talking about 5,
and
out of
they're
hundreds.
the ones that I like.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think had some influence on me, some ability for me to continue in this game, listen to it, and provided me some sort of outlet when I wanted it. So
yeah, cool. All right,
that's number 1 for me.
All right, here we go. Number 1 for me. Drum roll. Here we go. It will be Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One.
I knew that was coming. I knew KRS-One was on there.
Man, I can tell you, man, like, to me, KRS-One encapsulates hip-hop. Like, when I think of hip-hop, I think of Chris Parker. I think of Criminal Minded. I think, of My Philosophy. I think of Ghetto Music.
Yep.
Dope records. And, he gets a lot of respect, but I don't think it's on the level of like your Biggies or your Eminems, or I think
because mainstream is one of those things that's kind of finicky.
Yeah.
And people like Chuck D, KRS-One, who had a message, and people should listen to those messages. They just don't get the mainstream that they fully deserve.
Yeah.
And they're going to promote people.
They're they're artists.
Yeah.
I mean, they're truly artists. So yeah,
but mad respect to Boogie Down Productions.
Man, I in 90, I want to say 93, I went to MTSU to hear KRS-One give a lecture, and I went with Raymond, and got like as close to You and Me to him. I had my Criminal Minded cassette. I wanted him to sign it. And I couldn't get it in there in time. But one of these days, Chris, man, I'm gonna be up in the Bronx.
Yep, hit him up.
I'm gonna have my Criminal Minded cassette on me. I'm gonna run into you. I need to get that autograph. So yeah, those are our top fives, man. And
yeah, what do you think about the list? Hit us up. Let us know. Both of our lists were quite a bit different. So
and look, put in your comments your top five. I want to hear other people's top five. I want to hear some top fives from some young cats that like. I want to hear some or see some artist lists that I'm not aware of, or I don't listen to enough.
Right.
Because we get stuck in our own little bubble.
I mean, the new kids, the kids that are were born in the 2000s and up, 25-year-olds now. I mean, they're going to have a completely different list.
Oh yeah, for sure. But having said that, I wouldn't say I almost. The thought crossed my mind to put Doechii in there.
Yeah. You've been high on her.
She'll be an honorable mention for me. And I'll tell you why. And it has nothing to do with the popularity or her winning a Grammy. The production seems to be deliberately a throwback to 90s type production, like the Jay Dilla, the Pete Rock. Like some of the beats that I hear on her tracks sound unquantized. Like they played it into the MPC and that was it.
Right.
They didn't tighten anything up, and it's got this natural, human, laid back feel to the production. And she mixes it with, she's obviously young and current, so she mixes it with this current vibe, but she also has mad respect. She in this new single that came out says she's listened to a lot of MF Doom. And like, to have a young 20-something saying they're listening to MF Doom,
it's
a good thing. It gives me
no offense.
Gives me encouragement to maybe there be more artists to follow that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying we need to throw the genre back to where it used to be. What I'm saying is, where it used to be doesn't need to be lost on where it is now.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean, I don't have more to add, man.
No, that's my philosophy. KRS-One, that's my philosophy.
That's my philosophy.
So, so until next week, we got to come up with another topic.
We do. Throw some ideas in the comments.
You did your work this week. You came up with a good topic.
Yep.
If y'all have anything y'all want us to talk about, throw it in the comments.
Yep.
If you are a hip-hop artist and you are grinding it and you are playing live and you are building up your followers on social media and you've got songs that you have distributed, hit us up.
For sure.
Hit us up, because we're all open to listening to new music and seeing if there's something special out there that needs to be heard. So peace out, southboundrecords.com. Till next time.
We'll see you.
Peace.
Money be out.